Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of 5 Questions with Seth. It's a little game I like to play with my readers when I launch a new book and just kind of delve into kind of the thought process of a writer as I'm creating these stories. So we're going to jump right on in. I always give a quick synopsis. Trouble on Treasure Island. So Trouble on Treasure Island is a mystery. It follows Kate Harper. So she is a beach house stager. What a great job, right? Travel around, set up beach houses for rentals. Not a terribly bad gig. Unfortunately, on this one incident in a beautiful setting on Treasure Island, which is just off of St. Petersburg, Florida, she witnesses the prelude to a murder. As things unfold, the murderer is trying to identify the witness, a potential witness for the scene. Unfortunately, the reporter splashed her name in a photo up in the newscast, so she is targeted. So she and a handyman that she hired, who she initially thought was more of a surf bum, turns out to be a little bit more. They go after the murderer before the murderer can find Kate. So that's kind of in a very quick synopsis of Trouble on Treasure Island. It's a mystery, so I don't want to spoil too much, but you guys read it and see if you can figure out who the culprit is. So with that, we're going to jump right into the questions. So my first question is, where did I come about writing mystery? So I'm typically a thriller writer. Mysteries, if you look at my Dark Chase series, there's some mystery elements baked into it. As a reader, well, yeah, I read a lot of thrillers, but I've always been a fervent reader of mysteries ever since I was little, reading Alfred Hitchcock and the Three Investigators, the Hardy Boys, my sister's Nancy Drews, whatever I can get my hands on. Obviously, graduating up to Sherlock Holmes and Agatha Christie and all those great stories. And I'm a huge Hallmark movies and mysteries buff. So it's always fun to try to solve the mystery before it happens. So I've always had mystery as part of my reading and part of what I enjoy. And I've baked some threads of mysteries into some of my previous novels, but I dove in to do pure mysteries with this series and a few more series that are going to come out. How to come up with the location for Trouble on Treasure Island. Just like Kate Harper, I get the joy of traveling and visiting some amazing locations to figure out where I want to call home in my book. Treasure Island, so I've done a lot of work on the Florida coast. Actually, I have a home now on the Florida coast. So it wasn't too much of a leap to tab one of the beaches in this great state as the location. I chose Treasure Island because it's a little bit less busy than, say, Clearwater Beach, another beautiful beach. Treasure Island has a slightly more toned down vibe to it, which I thought would fit Kate in the mystery much better. So that's a real quick snip on how I got to the location of Treasure Island. Plus, I love the flora and fauna around here. The birds are amazing. Everybody laughs. I love anhingas. So you'll see that in the trailer. Of course, dolphins, sea turtles, sea rays. It's just an amazing, amazing place. So it's very, very blessed to be able to use Treasure Island as the location for this particular book. Next question. What inspired me to come up with the characters? So the two primary characters, Kate Harper and Nick Mason. It's just kind of thinking about the mystery, thinking about the setting, who's going to fit into it, what kind of lifestyle I wanted the characters to have. So when I was developing Kate Harper, she's very well attired, likes to kind of be kind of proper and clean and, just what you would think of as somebody in high-end real estate. Nice car, nice clothes. So to her to get embroiled into this mystery and just be hounded by it and wanting desperately to solve it, I thought was an interesting kind of change on her character dynamic as she went through the story. And as far as Nick Mason goes, I just thought it'd be really fun to have somebody with a little bit of a swagger, somebody with a little bit of a mysterious background himself, comes across as just, haphazard surfer, but is actually quite adept handyman. So he gets pulled in to help Kate work on the beach house, but also very quickly gets pulled into the mystery as a trusted confidant. So very fun to set up these characters and let them kind of grow throughout the story, and hopefully in the future books as well. Which, by the way, a Caper on Carolina Beach is already underway. So look for that next year, roughly about this time. I love this question. Will I see this on Hallmark soon? I certainly hope so. I think it'd be a great fit for Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. I don't have any control over that. This particular book was published by Wolfprint Media, not by Hallmark. However, I own all the rights, so they're welcome to give me a shout and look to make this one of the series. I have a few actors and actresses in mind. If you have some ideas on who would be a good actor or actress for Kate and Nick, shoot me an email, hit me up on social media, and let me know your thoughts. Maybe I'll do a poll later on in launch. It could be a lot of fun. My last question is always from one of my author friends. So I mentor a ton of writers. It's just part of this writing world that we're in. We all kind of help each other out. The question is, how is writing a mystery different than writing one of my thrillers? It's a great question because there's a lot of threads that are very, very similar. You have those pulse quickening pieces of action. You have, some pieces of fear and anxiety that get built up and almost to a crescendo over time. But the real difference between the mystery and the thriller, in a thriller, you generally know who the bad guy is. And in fact, a lot of times you get put into the thought process of the bad guy, the POV of the bad guy. If nothing else, you're kind of following him around a little bit, kind of knowing what the bad guy's up to. With the mystery, all that's kind of hidden. I have to bake in a lot more red herrings throughout the course of the book. I have to really pay attention to the timeline to make sure that even characters that might be somewhat insignificant get a fair amount of playtime so that the reader really has this bulk of people that they need to pay attention to through the course of the entire book. That way it's not too easy for you guys to solve. There's got to be plenty of people with plenty at stake that might be willing to do something as drastic as murder to get what they want. That's it for 5 questions with Seth. This was the Trouble on Treasure Island edition. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the book. And, drop me a line. Let me know what you guys think. And do let me know what Hallmark actors and actresses, or any actor or actress you think would do a good job playing Kate Harper and Nick Mason. We'll talk to you guys soon.